Renegades, Kevin Kugler, Robert Smith back with you. Before we get this one started, let's head down to the field. Devin Gardner is with Danny Etling.
Danny had a really nice outing a week ago. What was something that you worked on this week to improve on what you were able to do?
Yeah, just getting some more consistency with the offense, just continuing to find our rhythm now that, I'm getting some more reps with them. So that's what the main focus was this past week.
How good does it feel to be at home getting your first start in front of this Michigan Panther crowd?
Yeah, it's exciting. You can kind of feel the energy in here. It's a lot of fun, and there'll be a lot more fun playing indoors in that rain we were in last week, huh?
Absolutely. Have a good one.
Yeah, we'll do. See you guys.
Well, Robert, Danny Etling got a lot of praise this week when we were talking with his head coach, Mike Nolan. He was really pleased with the choices he made, and he said he was managing the game well, and I said that's sometimes seen as a negative connotation, and he said not at all. He was really excited by what he saw from Danny Etling.
Yeah, and I think what you saw, and of course, E.J. Perry started off the season a quarterback out for the season, probably with a hamstring injury, but you could really just see his ease in movement in the backfield. But of course, playing the quarterback position, decision-making got to be number one, right? So good decisions, getting the ball out in rhythm, been a big part of his play.
Bob Stoops in his third season as Renegades head coach, the XFL champions a year ago, but this Arlington team trying to find any sort of traction. It has been a massive struggle this year for the defending XFL champions.
Yeah, it certainly has, and I'm right there in Arlington. I was able to get over to practice the other day, and, no down spirits at all. I think that they realized that they were in a lot of those games, but anybody that's been around the game of football, you know that oftentimes it can come down to 3 or 4 plays in a game, and you don't know when those 3 or 4 plays are going to be. They've had an opportunity in a number of these games in the fourth quarter, tied up. They just haven't been able to finish the deal.
Luis Perez will have to wait a moment. Michigan, being the home team, has the option. They have opted to take the football first. And Nate McCrary, who Coach Nolan was excited to see this week, the Saginaw Valley State product, back to receive the kickoff from Jonathan Garibay.
Yeah, I love what he said about him, too. He said, you're going to watch this guy in the field, and you're going to say, where has that guy been? And, of course, at the running back position, they're normally the smartest and best-looking guys on the team, right? But if they don't get that protection down, if they can't protect that quarterback, they're not going to be on the field, but they can be on kickoffs.
No bias from former running back Robert Smith. Nate McCrary will go to work across the 20. McCrary stopped just short of the 30-yard line, and that's where Danny Etling and this Michigan Panthers offense will go to work. Got his first start last week for the injured E.J. Perry. Gets his second start today, and you see the numbers last week, very efficient against Memphis.
Yeah, and what you could really see in that game, he just looked so much more comfortable in that second half with his decisions to climb, slide in the pocket. Took a big shot in that one running the ball, but he can be dangerous with his legs.
On first down, Etling, a little sprint out, and then finds C.O.C. Mariner down to the 38-yard line. And it'll bring up second down. A check of the lineup for this Michigan Panthers squad. Ryan Pope back in at left tackle this week. They were excited to have him back out there at left tackle. And in the backfield, Wes Hills and Matthew Colburn. Hills led the USFL in rushing last year. Colburn was the Philadelphia Stars leader in rushing, and he gets the start today.
Ready, son?
On 2nd and 3, Colburn trying to be patient as he works his way to the 40-yard line for the Panthers first down.
And take a look at this Arlington Renegade defense. Stout along that defensive line, including Vic Beasley. We know number 42 got some NFL experience. And they've really been stout on the back end. See Harris and Summer. Dorn picking up his first interception of the season a week ago.
And they marked that just short of the first down, so it is first down and 10 now after the sneak moves the chains.
Rip X Scorpion.
H to left, Liz counter, Rip X Scorpion. On one, ready? Sit up!
Wes Hills now in at running back. Off the play fake, coming back to get it is Marcus Sims with blockers in front. Sims spinning and back makes his way near midfield. He's going to be just short, it looks like, of the first down, but a good gain on first, Robert, for Michigan.
Yeah, and Marcus Sims, he's really a deep threat as well. 76-yard touchdown against Birmingham in week 2. But this is just about getting the ball out of Danny Etling's hands quickly and allowing Sims to operate.
And Etling with the quick snap and the quarterback bootleg for the first down.
Well, it was a nice run there by Etling. You know, he kind of just faked like he was going to go up the middle, but used those wheels to get to the outside. And it's funny, you talk about Ryan Pope being back in the lineup. I guess Ryan Pope had been giving Etling a little bit of the business and talking about the way that he was joking about his mobility. Used it there to pick up the first.
Yeah, he acted like he was going to prove he was mobile today when we were talking to him before the game. Etling going deep, looking down the sidelines and taking a shot. The ball is underthrown, and the catch made, coming back for it. Marcus Sims with a big play and a first down, and Etling wants to snap it quick.
We good?
Well, this is Etling just knowing which guys he can take a chance with. Obviously, that ball is underthrown, but he missed in the right place. He missed to the outside, gave Marcus Sims an opportunity to turn around and make that big play.
That's a heck of a play all the way down to the 9 where it's first and goal.
Ready, set.
39-yard completion. Now Etling back to the air, and he finds C.O.C. Mariner, who finds the end zone for a Michigan touchdown.
Boy, I love the way that Mariner just feels exactly where he needs to go, understands the spacing of the defense, and that was a big part of this offense on this first drive was that run-pass option. That's something that the Panthers felt that they could exploit coming in today, and there it gets them 6.
What a start for the Michigan Panthers and for Danny Etling. Showed his legs, rolled out of the pocket. 4 for 4 for 64 yards on the drive. They'll go for 1. It's Hills with the carry, and Hills over the goal line for the extra point, and a 7-0 Michigan Panthers lead. What a start for the Panthers. They marched the length of the field, 70 yards in 7 plays. Mariners' first touchdown catch of the year, and the Panthers strike first. Seven-play, 70-yard drive. How about Danny Etling? 4 for 4 for 64 yards. First home game as the starting quarterback for Danny Etling. And pretty good way to introduce yourself to the home fans.
Yeah, and I really like what offensive coordinator Marcel Belfay did on that drive and really took advantage of everything that Danny Etling has to offer. You talked about him using his legs and really just getting the ball out of his hands quickly, but I love that shot down the field. Marcus Sims hitting it to the outside, again, giving his receiver a chance.
And the hero of the Week 1 win over St. Louis, Jake Bates, will kick it off. From the 4-yard line, the return for Arlington, and Jawan Manigo trying to get to the edge. He does, and is out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And here comes a flag, and at the end of the play, it looks like they're going to flag Deshaun White of Oklahoma for a late hit.
You're the kicking team.
Yeah, and he's going to be all the way on the other side of the white
after the play was over.
When that hit comes
Personal
in.
Foul, unnecessary roughness. Kicking team, number 30. 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Where we at?
You hear defenders say it all the time, man. Hey, I ran all that way. I'm going to hit somebody, but you got to be smart about it. Great starting field position for the Renegades, and this offense really got to get cranked up down in a 7-0 hole early.
And an offense that has been solid this year. Luis Perez entered the week leading the UFL in passing yards. 1,150 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for Luis Perez. 65% completion percentage in a game that Arlington has to have. 0-5 to start the season. From the 47-yard line on first down, Devion Smith spins and works his way down near the 40-yard line to the former Michigan Wolverine back home in Michigan and gets 7 on first down.
Yeah, teammate of Devin Gardner, and you can see Noah Henderson swings over from that right tackle spot to the left tackle spot in place of Bobby Evans, who's going to be suspended for the game. Devion Smith, you mentioned him, and watch for Tyler Vaughns, the receiver on the outside, to make those contested catches.
5th in the UFL in total receptions entering today. Perez has it batted down at the line. He had 2 big bodies out there. Noah Dawkins got a hand on it, but if he didn't, Walter Palmore was right there to bat it down.
Yeah, and expect to see a lot of pressure from this Michigan Panther defense today. They know that Luis Perez has got new faces along that offensive line. And anytime you do that, those guys have to understand what they see, be able to pass off blocks. And they know that Luis Perez, he's just not the most mobile guy, so expect to see that pressure cranked up.
3rd and 4 from the 41. They've been excellent on 3rd down this year. Smith in motion. Perez to the sideline, throws complete to Tyler Vaughns, and that's enough for a first down to the Michigan 35.
Luis Perez has seen a lot of football and really understands the timing that's required on plays like this. Tyler Vaughns does a nice job getting to the proper depth, but then hanging on to that football, knowing that he's going to be taking big shots to the hips.
That big shot from Nate Brooks, but a new set of downs from the 35. Perez, pressure comes, hit as he throws, completes it to Smith, and Devion Smith works his way for 4 to the 31-yard line. It's a Michigan defense that's made its hay this year stopping the run, 2nd best in the UFL, and it all starts up front where you have a guy like Breland Speaks, who not only can be a run stopper, but is one of the best pass rushers we've seen in spring football the last 2 years.
Boy, and he is a big pass rusher too, 285 pounds coming off of that defensive edge.
Tight end Sal Cannella with the catch to the 22 and a first down for Arlington.
Well, I really like this drive from the Renegades, and that, you know, Sal Cannella, Austin Allen, Luis Perez has some real weapons at the tight end spot. It's quarterback's best friends when you have running backs and big tight ends that can catch the ball.
Here we go. Sit up, 180. Where's your hook?
After the 9-yard completion, 1st and 10 at the 22.
Go.
Smith caught in the backfield, wrestles forward for a yard, but that was Corian Ballard, the former Utah Ute, Robert, who was able to get penetration from his safety spot and make the stop.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see a lot of that today. Colin Bauer, the defensive coordinator, is clearly dialing up the pressure, and we talked about those new faces on the offensive line. You've got to test those guys. Are they going to be able to see those late creepers up to the line, not just in passing downs and passing situations, but when Arlington's also trying to run the football?
2nd and 9 at the 21. And they go in motion. Perez, backside pressure, throws over the middle, and a juggling attempt, but it's incomplete. It slipped through the hands of Devion Smith, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Boy, unfortunate right there, and Luis Perez put that ball exactly where it needed to be, and I know Devin knows this, especially when you're throwing running backs. You can't get that ball too far out of the frame. Devion just not able to bring that one in.
Level, copper, level. No, through. Sit up, 180. Where's your hook? Sit up.
On 3rd and 9. Perez with time to the sideline, incomplete. Nobody over there open. Vaughn's in the area, Burnett in the area, but Perez, who got hit after he threw, throws incomplete, and it's 4th and 9.
Okay, he's going to take a big shot on this one as well after he releases the ball, and it's tough. Get your legs rolled up there sometimes at quarterback. It looked like a little bit of miscommunication. Tyler Vaughns, they just saw the coverage a little bit differently. He thought Tyler Vaughns was going to continue to the sideline. made that throw out there. Tyler never got out.
39-yard try for Jonathan Garibay, and Arlington is on the board. Their opening drive nets 3, but Michigan back in Detroit, 6:57 remaining. In quarter number 1 with Robert Smith and Devin Gardner, I'm Kevin Kugler. The Michigan Panthers getting off to an outstanding start as they marched 70 yards in 7 plays. Arlington answers back with a 9-play, 26-yard drive that ends in a field goal from Jonathan Garibay, and now the Renegades offense looks over that last drive before they get back to work, and we'll see Danny Etling and company again for Michigan.
Yeah, Arlington did a nice job moving that ball, but I tell you, this has been a problem. And talking to Coach Stoops during the week, you know, the defense, they just haven't been what they've needed to be this year. And Arlington, you get 3 points. You cannot afford to keep giving up 7s if you're the defense.
McCrary, the deep man, again for Michigan.
Wait for the good.
McCrary from the 10. Trying to hop over a couple of defenders and is down just shy of the 33-yard line. For Etling, a really good start, Robert.
Yeah, it really was, and did it in all kinds of ways here. You can see in the short yardage, getting the ball to the outside. The deep throw to Marcus Sims, giving his receiver a chance, and look at him throw on the move for the touchdown. Really just completely at ease in his second start of the season.
4 for 4 for 64 yards on that opening drive. See what he can put together here.
Oh, no, sorry. It is 2-0.
What's the problem? Didn't have a back.
Didn't have a back.
Ready, son.
Which, as it turns out, would have been a really big mistake considering it was a handoff to said back, and Wes Hills gets across the 35.
Yeah, Danny Etling was so excited, didn't even notice he didn't have anybody to hand the ball off to on that one.
Listen up. We got Rex, vacant, Ricky, slant, Oscar on 1. Ready? Sit down. Ready, son.
Second down and 7. 4-man rush, and the first incompletion on a drop to the sidelines. Just couldn't pull it in, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
Give me 11.
You're on unit.
Liz, snap Indy. 9-2. Rex, Liz, snap Indy.
Rex, Liz,
Rain,
snap
plus.
Indy on 1. Ready?
Shoot the rain.
Field.
Big down here for Arlington. That defense starting to show up. 3rd and long situation.
They'll bring pressure, 5-man rush. It's picked up, Etling to the sideline, and a diving grab by Mariner right at the line to gain, the 42-yard line, and it should be a 1st down.
Boy, and you can see Mariner's arms waving on that one. He does a nice job getting to the 1st down depth. Etling sticks that ball out just a little bit to the outside. See Mariner cradling that one on the way to the ground.
Guys, that's a route that you call non-stop, right? You go 9 yards, you turn around, and no matter how good the defense is, if the throw is perfect and the receiver snaps down, it can't be stopped. That's an outstanding job of timing by Etling, putting on that outside shoulder.
Etling's timing has been exceptional to start this game. Etling again, speaking of timing, finds on the slant Samson Nakua. His first catch of the year gets a 1st down.
Yep, Samson Nakua on this one. We got a Nakua on the defense. Another nice throw from Etling, just putting that thing in there perfectly. Kai Nakua actually leads the UFL in interceptions this season.
Well, the Nakuas are taking over professional football. You've got Samson on the offensive end for the Michigan Panthers, Kai on the defensive side, and of course Puka Nakua, who had such an outstanding year in his rookie season for the Los Angeles Rams this past year. It's all Nakua all the time in football.
Boy, all pro as a rookie wide receiver, a very talented family.
First down and 10. And Colburn buried in the backfield. Schooler coming up from his linebacker spot, and Colin Schooler with a tackle for loss.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Schooler and this entire Renegade defense really getting that early penetration on the down. Looked like they might have been going for a little bit of zone read action there. Danny Etling doesn't hang on to that. He says, hey, Matthew, you used to carrying the ball a lot more. You go ahead and take that smoke, my man.
Frisco plays. Frisco plays. Play.
Ready, son.
Second and 12. Etling with time and a completion near the 38-yard line. Able to find his running back Matthew Colburn, and a good gain on second makes it third and manageable now for Michigan.
Yeah, some talented backs in Michigan. Matthew Colburn lined up all the way on the outside. Anytime you get a running back that can line up like a Christian McCaffrey, split out, create those mismatches.
Rip, chip, pin, shallow, rip, alert, brave. Ready? Here we go. Hey, rip,
Definitely
brave,
in field goal range for Jake Bates.
Turbo side.
From the 39. Colburn on the handoff, and Colburn not going to get the first down. Gets over to the 37-yard line, and likely we'll get our first look at Bates in a field goal setting.
Well, that's the confidence you have in your kicker, and then you run the ball like that on a 3rd and 8.
They got me in the 2-8 play clock.
Robert Devin and I were here on opening day when Jake Bates hit from 64 yards in his first kick ever to win the game and beat the Battlehawks. The only loss the Battlehawks have had this year. This from 55 for Bates. Plenty of leg and right down the middle. And the story of Jake Bates continues.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be on Arlington. Not enough for a first down.
It was fourth and 5. Will it give them the first?
All right, what was your number again? Number 9.
Let's go.
Offside. Defense, number 9. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot results in a first down.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
What a critical error for Arlington.
Left side of the screen here. Wow. And those are the types of plays that kill you. You know, those little disciplined plays, they drive you absolutely crazy, especially when you're in a 4th and 5 situation. You're struggling, looking for your first win of the season, and you make a decision like that, play like that.
Ready, son.
Give Michigan a fresh set of downs.
We'll see how much it costs them here as Hills gets down to the 29-yard line and then has a conversation with Ajane Harris afterwards about what a good tackle Harris made.
Just complimenting him on his technique.
Guys, the one thing you're seeing from this Michigan offense that we kind of didn't see early in the season is their ability to stay on schedule. And even earlier in this drive when they were off schedule, on 2nd down, they found a way to go get 5 to make it manageable again on 3rd down. Let's see if Danny Etling can continue that theme throughout the game.
Well, Dev, they've really relied on their running backs, whether in the pass game or the run game. Wes Hills and Matthew Colburn, as Etling goes back to work wide of the target. Almost an interception for Stephen Jones Jr., but it really has been that run game that has changed things for Michigan this season. In the first 2 games, 18 attempts per game, 80 yards per game, and only 2 touchdowns. But in the last 3 games, they've leaned on Hills and Colburn. 30 carries a game, 132 yards a game, and 8 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, and an embarrassment of riches when you're saying that the 3rd running back, Nate McCrary, is a guy that can get in the mix, too.
Ready, son.
3rd down and 7. Looking over the middle, there's Hills once more, and he's upended at the 25-yard line, and it's Ajane Harris again. Fired up with a couple of tackles on the running back on this drive, and we're going to get another attempt for a field goal from Jake Bates.
Boy, that's something we're going to see all day long. It's clear that Harris and Hills been having some words after the play. And Harris got up and was yapping at him right to his face on that last one. Got to try and keep those guys separated.
This from 43 for Bates, and the kick is on its way, and it is good. So the only thing that penalty cost Arlington was time, as Michigan ends up with 3 anyway. And a Tanderdog Fantasy to get in on the UFL action. Scan the QR code to learn more. With Robert Smith, Devin Gardner, our entire Fox crew, I'm Kevin Kugler. A 10-3 lead for the Michigan Panthers after Jake Bates connects on a field goal to cap a 12-play, 43-yard drive that took 6:37 off the clock.
Yeah, and that extra time because of that penalty on that first field goal attempt gave them a few more plays.
Bates kickoff, and a good one booming to the 4-yard line. Manigo to the edge at the 35, and Manigo out of bounds at the 40. Another good return for Jawan Manigo. They say it's not how you start, but how you finish, but the Renegades have struggled in the beginning, middle, and the end. Robert, they're the only team in the UFL to be outscored in every quarter this season, and we're seconds away from another quarter going by that sees them outscored.
Get in here tight.
And you could see Luis Perez on the sideline studying things, and I love his approach to the game and the way that he communicates with his players, trying to get the most out of him, but it's got to be able to translate into points if they want to get that first win today.
Should be the final play of this first quarter. Day Hunter in the backfield in the pistol formation. And we've got movement on the offensive line of Arlington.
Yeah, same. Thank you.
Full start. Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's Chris Owens moving early.
Yes. Hey.
Yeah, you can see Chris Owens just get right up onto the toes there at the right guard spot. And I love the little peek into the inside, like, oh, I wonder if anybody saw that.
They all saw it. On 1st and 15, Perez throws a dart at the 40-yard line, caught by Deontay Burnett down there, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Get set to start the second quarter with Robert Smith. I'm Kevin Kugler. Time to go down on the field and check in with the third member of our crew, Devin Gardner.
How you doing? I want you to tell the people at home your name and where you're from.
Hi, I'm Specialist Robinson. I'm from Saginaw, Michigan.
What do you do in the Army?
So currently I serve as a combat medic in the 1775th Military Police Company out of the Pontiac Armory.
The money question. Why did you answer the call to serve?
Wow, that's a tough one. There's so many different reasons, but I think the biggest one for me was probably the educational benefits. It's an unbeatable opportunity. I was able to afford all of my college education. I don't have to worry about loans, which I think is a huge thing for college students because it's extremely expensive to go to school. And also, I've just kind of had a natural affinity to just want to serve.
Thank you for your service.
Absolutely, thank you for your support.
Guys, would you believe that she was nervous? What? She killed it.
No way. No, I was just
She was
thinking
awesome.
she's outstanding. She may go into broadcasting when she's done serving. Got a new quarterback, Lindsey Scott Jr., who we have seen on and off throughout the year utilize his legs as well as his arm. He is in at quarterback to start things off, and off the fake, he rolls to the left side, steps through a Nakua tackle, and gets a good gain out to the 44. Pickup of 4 for Lindsey Scott.
Well, they talked about using him as a change of pace quarterback, but remember, he can throw the football. Had a 60-touchdown season when he was at Incarnate Word. You can see him using those legs to get to the outside. But they said, as an offense, Chuck Long, offensive coordinator, they need to have more packages with him throwing the ball. Expect to see that later today.
3rd down and 6.
Hey, Fox,
Michigan showing pressure. Will they follow through with it? Bring in 5. Perez. Pass may have been deflected at the line. Now a flag is thrown for what could be pass interference, but if it was tipped at the line, it won't be interference.
Pass interference, defense number 6, spotted the foul, automatic first down.
Pass interference. Defense number 6, spot foul with an automatic first down.
That's Keith Gibson. Was it tipped?
Can't see it from that angle. Gibson, you can see, gets that right arm hooked around the outside. And Gibson got beat on a long touchdown pass. Also had a holding penalty a week ago. Clearly, they thought it wasn't tipped. Of course, with the Super Challenge, you could take another look if you wanted to, if you're Mike Nolan.
Must not have been tipped. No complaint, and it's first down. Perez to the sideline, batted down. Gibson bouncing back and gets his hand in there to swat it away from Sal Cannella.
Boy, I love that, man. You've got to have a short memory as a defensive back, and you can see Gibson right here with a tremendous break on the ball and much more careful as he's coming up this time to just place that hand on the back and not turn Cannella.
No, sit, 53. Here we go.
The defensive backs of Michigan are coached by Brock Marion. Pretty good guy to teach you how to play in the secondary. 3-time Pro Bowler in his NFL career. 2nd and 10. Perez, pressure coming. Tries to get away. Cannot get away from Rondell Carter.
Boy, Rondell Carter, just relentless effort here off the edge. You see, Luis Perez is going to be able to escape initially. Carter gets that big paw out, but Perez escapes. But you could see that motor from Carter and that burst for a big man to close in and make the sack.
His 3rd sack of the season.
Gotta go.
3rd down and 10. From the 47. Perez with time, loading up to take a deep shot. Got a man out there, and it's incomplete. Javonte Payton, the intended target, and it's 4th and 10, and the Renegades will punt it away.
Luis Perez could not have run out there and placed that ball any better than he did. Perfectly placed ball. Javonte Payton has got to come down with that one. I mean, that's the difference right there, right? You talk about not having wins on the season. You only get so many opportunities to make explosive plays like that. You got to be able to convert.
And the best punter in the UFL, Marquette King, longtime Raider punter, averaging nearly 49 yards per punt this season. Fielded on the run at the 15 and out of bounds near the 20-yard line goes Trey Quinn. And the Michigan offense coming back to work. Panthers defense did its job, and now the offense up 7 back on the field. The great city of Detroit, Michigan, and the Michigan Panthers back home enjoying an early 10-3 advantage here in the 2nd quarter with Robert Smith. Former Michigan star Devin Gardner on the field. I'm Kevin Kugler. A 10-3 lead for Michigan with 12:03 remaining in the first half. 2 possessions, 2 scores for Danny Etling and this Michigan offense.
Ready, son.
From the 20-yard line on first down, Wes Hill's the carry, and not much there. A yard, if that, to the 21.
Looked like that was an opportunity for Danny Etling to hold that ball and take it to the outside on that zone read. Scored on a touchdown on that play a week ago. Expect to see that later today, him hanging on to one of those.
Lizzie, slant, stick switch. On one. Here you go, even. 16. Lizzie, 16. Ready, shot.
Devin Gray in motion, looking that direction. Not to Gray, but close to the first down is Marcus Sims, his 3rd catch of the afternoon.
Yeah, you could hear that stick call in there, and that's that stick really working on that horizontal stretch in the offense, and everybody just kind of finding their space. Marcus Sims, good on the deep ball, but also understands the spacing of defenders and where to sit to be quarterback friendly.
Sit up. Ready, ready, set.
On 3rd and 2. Nowhere to go. Outstanding push up front from that Arlington front three. Tomasi Lalile in there, LaRon Stokes in there, coming up to help. Story Jackson, a host of Renegades to stop him.
Boy, and really just controlling with their hands, being violent with your hands at the point of attack. And that was really the difference. And you know, everybody talks about hands, hips, feet, but eyes also important. Understanding where that running back is going to try and break through the line.
First time we've seen Brock Miller to punt today for Michigan. Backing up to the 20-yard line. And nowhere to go. Really good coverage downfield for Michigan. Jawan Manigo tripped up before he could get any momentum at all. Luis Perez and this Renegades offense. Can they get things going? Arlington needing a win. Trailing 10-3 in the second. A 10-3 lead. Michigan over Arlington. 10:07 remaining in the second quarter. Luis Perez and this Renegades offense with 35 total yards on 13 plays. That averages out, Robert Smith, to 2.7 yards per play.
Yeah, and that's not good, right? I mean, but wasted opportunities we saw in that last drive. Luis Perez, a perfectly placed ball to Javonte Payton. They've got to be able to convert those opportunities.
From the 26 on first down. Draw play. Day Hunter upended at the 30-yard line. Good recovery from the linebacker Deshaun White after Hunter picks up 4.
Pace for 4, pace for 4. Here we go. Pace for 4, pace for 4.
Yeah, and you like that as a drive starter. You're ahead of the chains now, but you got to be able to convert when they get those bigger opportunities.
How about that for a conversion? Day Hunter with a burst, twisted to the turf, but a first down.
Yeah, Day Hunter, not the biggest back in the world, but you could see the burst that he has up the middle of the field. He's a guy that can turn those handoffs into 6 at any point.
From the 43 on first down, a juggling attempt, and Javonte Payton can't pull it in again. That's the second drop of this first half for Payton.
Now, Levante Taylor does a nice job in coverage on this one, though. Not making excuses for the man Payton. Ball hits his hands, generally speaking, you say he's got to catch it. But when that ball pops up into the air, Levante Taylor gets those hands in there to make sure he can't secure the catch.
Second and 10. And a carry for Day Hunter. Bounces off first contact, breaks the Ginda tackle, and works his way to the 46. That's a hard 3 yards, Robert.
Yeah, it certainly is. And again, we talk about Day Hunter, not the biggest guy, just at 5'10", 190. But he's got the ability to break some tackles and, again, create those explosives in the run game, which is something that they have not had at all this season.
Kevin, you're going to always get to use that phrase, breaks the tackle of Ginda.
No, that's not an easy thing to do. There aren't many that do that on the regular. 3rd and 7, pressure coming. Perez stands in and throws, had one-on-one coverage and finds Tyler Vaughns down to the Michigan 42 for an Arlington first down.
Yeah, and when we talked to Luis Perez this week, that's exactly what he said about Tyler Vaughns. He's that guy that can make the contested catches, and that's exactly what he does in this situation. Big conversion on the 3rd down.
First down and 10. Perez steps up and throws complete to the 34-yard line. That's Sal Cannella, his tight end, and one of his favorite targets, who makes the catch for a good gain on first.
You get a big tight end like that, Sal Cannella, working across the formation and using that body to box out the defender. Ballard on that.
Second down and a yard. Devion Smith to the edge, and Smith with a first down out of bounds at the Michigan 28. And this Arlington offense starting to find its rhythm now.
Yeah, they really are starting to find that rhythm, you know, working that run game, getting that pass game going. But remember, this is where it matters most. You cannot stall in the red zone.
Hey, here we go.
Hey, dice right, fudge, 762, Z poster X bench. Look for signals. I'm ready. Yes, that's right. That's right. Hey, we're good. Hey, JP, you good? Here we go.
That X bench.
Yeah.
And the play clock winding down. They're going to have to use the timeout. Let's listen into the timeout conversation here as Luis Perez heads to the sideline.
Nice job. Nice job. I heard dice right. Here we go. I heard dice right. Here we go.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, let's go to the screen.
Let's heard dice right. Yeah, we're good.
12 in the huddle.
12 in the huddle. 12. Well, 12 or 12 out?
No, I just get this one's in 12. This one's 14.
12? You gotta go. Get out. 14. Hey, new play. Hey, come here. Hey, come here.
Chuck Long, the offensive coordinator, calling it out with what's on the wristband of Luis Perez.
Fake, pull 5, keep her right. Halfback lion. F slide. I'm so ready. No. Different one. You good? Sit up, 180. Like the hood.
I love the audio we can pick up.
Turtle, sit up.
First and 10 from the 29. Off the play fake, Perez being chased, hit as he throws and finds his outlet. That's Seth Green to get positive yardage. He was being harassed again by Rondell Carter.
3. Let's go. Fast. Triple right. Tire 3.
Hey, tire 3. Tire 3. Here we go. Tire 3. Here we go. I got it. Here we go. Turtle, sit up.
Second and 5, Green got a block and a first down for Arlington.
Yeah, and you called it, partner. It's Sal Cannella on the outside gets a block. Isaiah Winstead.
Got a late flag here.
All right. Just want to make sure when you had it. So you have holding number 80 offense. Got it.
Just gave him a shout out.
Holding. Offense, number 80. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Yep. Here's Cannella right here. See if he gets those hands on the outside. Oh, I don't like that as a hold. Doesn't look like he ever grabbed on that one. Didn't look like he hooked him. Sometimes just by the reaction of the defender and where the ball goes, they make those calls. Boy, I know they got that super challenge. That might be one I'd take a chance on right there. That certainly didn't look like a hold.
You get one per game. You can look at anything. You could have a hold overturned and take the results of the play. But if it's not overturned, you've lost your super challenge and you lose a timeout and you don't have another one. Bob Stoops electing not to use it on that, and they'll hand off on the sweep with Manigo getting a full head of steam and the balance down the sidelines to tiptoe his way closer to first down yardage. Good run from Manigo.
Yeah, and Manigo had played in the Mexican League, and whenever he's in the game, they call it Sonic, and you could see why. They use him in the return game, and they use him in these special type plays. He certainly has the speed of Sonic to get to the edge.
Picked up no golden rings on his way down that sideline.
Got to add that sound effect.
Third and 4. Perez to the sideline. Catch is made. Deontay Burnett's got an Arlington first down at the 17-yard line of Michigan.
I love this ball placement from Luis Perez. Getting it where Deontay Burnett could turn upfield. I loved listening to Luis Perez, and just he's got a line for all of these guys. He really understands working with different quarterbacks, or excuse me, with different receivers, the things they can bring. Lindsey Scott in at quarterback.
And Scott will run. Got a crease on the right side, and Scott Picks up nearly 6, down close to the 11-yard line, and now some pushing and shoving at the end of the play as Cameron Hunt engaged in conversation with Kenny Willekes.
Yeah, Willekes on the ground. You're going to see him trying to work that ball out from Lindsey Scott. Just trying to wrestle that thing away once he's on the ground. You know that offensive players are going to defend their quarterback.
So, hey, we gotta go. Turn, what's that?
2nd and 5, Scott stays in on the pitch. Tough catch, Hunter made it. Now stops and starts again, and Hunter down the sidelines and into the end zone for an Arlington touchdown. And Hunter hurt himself on the celebration. You can see him favoring his right leg. He came down awkwardly on that knee.
And you're going to see him work all the way up the sideline here. Watch him change the speed just a little bit right there to buy himself a little bit of time, slow that defender down. You talked about it right here, jumping up and lands awkwardly. Boy, you hate to see that.
Right, Hunter had been the spark on that drive. And now a 2-point try for the lead. Perez directing traffic, throws to the sideline, and it is caught. Deontay Burnett with the 2-point catch, and Arlington's on top, 11-10.
Well, there's a reason Luis Perez leads the UFL in passing. Finally, Arlington able to convert and take the lead, maybe on their way to their first victory of the season.
Outstanding ball game here in the 2nd quarter. Luis Perez,
Yes, sir.
leading his team down the field. 12-play, 74-yard drive that took over 6 minutes off the clock. Ends in a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion. And an 11-10 lead for Arlington with 4 minutes and change to play in the first half. So the Renegades in search of their first win of the season with a 2nd quarter lead. Garibay to kick this one off. And the return will start from the 10-yard line. Trying to find a little bit of space is McCrary hopping to the outside. McCrary across the 35 and yanked down near the 40-yard line, and a flag in at the end of the play. May have been a face mask.
We got 2 flags, so let's get together.
This might be a horse collar.
No. We got a flag over here too, Jacques.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. I have a legal going to return, a legal block in the back by number 32.
Okay, so during the return, you have an illegal block in the back by the receiving team.
And I got a face mask on the runner.
Oh, you're right.
So
28.
All right, so both these happen after the change of possession. This is a kickoff.
Correct.
All right, so we're going to offset.
Yeah.
Yep. Re-kick.
Kick it again.
And re-kick.
That's correct.
All right. No.
Oh, yeah, right. They're the same team.
They are the same
on
team.
the runner. And you
I'm
have
sorry.
Red, too.
Yes.
Just got to
Okay, so we
enforce
got to
one.
pick one.
Just got to enforce one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Enforce one.
All right, so which one's worse?
Face mask.
The hold.
Wait a minute, we got a face mask on the
Gonna be the
returning
15. All
team?
right, give me your
Are they
numbers
sure
here.
about that?
The runner on
Mine's
McCrary.
32.
32, 28. Yours is an illegal block in the back.
Yes.
Okay,
Where's the block in the
28.
back,
And
too,
what was your number again, Dan?
Kendrick Whitehead is the
I
block
see
in the
it.
back.
Number 28.
The 31.
And yours is on 30 or
32.
32. There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the receiving team. Illegal block in the back. Number 32. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, face mask, number 28. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So McCrary on the return, Robert, with a face mask.
Yeah, it looks like Beasley's going for the back here. Like, thought that might have been a horse collar. Oh, yeah, I see that. You don't see that called very often, much to the chagrin of defensive players.
Tell you, you running backs are always looking for an advantage out there.
Why not, right? Like, defenders take those cheap shots. They hit when they're not looking, go low.
Check that. We should see what hash we're on.
But you do see that one. I mean, so rarely. We'll talk to Dean about that one. I think it's interesting.
Yard line, first down.
Because that hand may go up there. You know, what's actually required? How much time? And does he actually have to move the head of the defender?
So they take the block in the back. It occurred deeper in the field, and so thus the penalty moves Michigan back further to the 21-yard line, where it's first down and 10.
Sit up. Are you ready, son?
Edling on first down, on the roll. Has room to run, and he'll just take that run out of bounds at the 26-yard line as we go downstairs to Devin Gardner.
Louise, things started just a bit choppy to start the game, but on that last drive, you put together a 6-minute and 3-second drive. What was working for you?
Yeah, we were executing our plays. You know, first couple drives, we kind of started slow. People weren't executing. You know, we just got to gel together, and that last drive we gelled, and that was the result of it.
What I saw was a lot of balance with the run and the pass and entering Scott in the formations. Is that what you're looking to do, have that type of balance and not lean so heavy one way or the other?
Yeah, well, you know, to keep the defense honest, you got to be able to do both, run and pass the ball. So that was a big emphasis this week, is being able to run the ball and pass as well.
Good luck the rest of the game.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Danny Etling on the keep on the zone read this time, and Ryan Pope, who he said was giving him a hard time last week for not running the football, will be very happy to see that, although he ends up a yard short of the first.
Yeah, it is 3rd and 1, but Danny Edling, you can see on that previous play when he scrambled to the outside, he just got some wheels. That time held on to the zone read. Of course, he scored on the touchdown a week ago. Ryan Pope, of course, you're always going to take a little bit of business from your offensive lineman.
3rd and 1. Colburn bouncing. What a spin and a cut to get the first down.
Well, this play is designed to go in the middle of the field, but I love this jump cut by Colburn to get the first down. Look at him get to the outside, but I love the way that he gets vertical again to get under the defender that had an opportunity to make that tackle on the outside. Little spin once he gets through. You love that bounce and then burst.
No, fast one.
He hit every button on the controller to get that first down.
Ready, son?
From the 36, off the play fake. Etling under pressure, and Etling goes down. Nobody open downfield. He tried to step up. Will Clark and LaRon Stokes were there to sandwich him for a sack.
The proverbial coverage sack. That time, Arlington defenders able to get home, slow down this Panther attack. Arlington with the lead when we come back.
First half stats, weekend highlights, a mid-season review. Yeah, that's right. You have an incredulous look on your face, and because all that is coming up on the Progressive Halftime Report.
Got that Panther headgear. That's strong.
Not sure where you buy those, but clearly somewhere. 2nd and 15 after the sack, and it's incomplete. Trying to fit it into his tight end, Cole Hicatini, and Hicatini a little slow to get up.
Yeah, Hicatini a little bit slow, and it's Adewusi that comes in, makes a big hit. That ball just a little bit too far to the inside. Lucky really not to get that thing intercepted. Here you got a dangerous situation with a 3rd and 15 deep in your territory.
Ready, son?
Etling on 3rd and 15, airing it over the middle, had a man open, and he couldn't connect with Trey Quinn. Oh, Quinn popped free, and Etling just couldn't connect with him.
Boy, and Quinn broke open. You called it, partner. Perfect opportunity. Edling's going to wish that he had that one back. Just a little bit tall for the 6-foot Trey Quinn. Wow, that's one that you'd love to have. Now an opportunity here late in the half. Arlington with the lead, about to have the ball.
And a chance to double up. They'll get the football to start the second half after Michigan took the ball to start the game. Opportunity here for the Renegades. And out of bounds near the 30 goes Juwan Manigo. 2 timeouts remaining for Arlington. About 9 in America on Fox as Paul Goldschmidt leads the Cardinals against the Brewers, or Ellie De La Cruz and the Reds take on the Giants. It all begins at 7 Eastern on Fox. Check for the game in your area.
Right.
Last drive, 13 plays, 74 yards.
Stay here. Oh, here we go.
6:03 off the clock. Now they'll try to put more points on the board before halftime, and Arlington has the ball to start the second half.
Get up, ready? Yep.
Burnett, the motion man from the 32 on first down. Draw play and room to run. Good cutback and upended is Devion Smith. By the way, Day Hunter doubtful to return with a knee injury, injured during the celebration of his touchdown run. So Devion Smith's going to have to carry the load.
Here we go. Fox it. Here we go. Turbo, sit up.
2nd and 4. Perez to the sideline and out of bounds with a first down. Javante Payton at the 45 makes the grab.
Boy, and you can see the experience of Luis Perez on that one. Sees that blitz coming off of the edge. Pre-snap, getting a little bit of a tell with his cadence, but not panicking at all. Understands what he needs to get to. Knows that they're not going to be able to block him, but knows more importantly where he needs to go with the ball.
Here we go. Turbo, sit up.
First down and 10 from the 45. Perez over the middle. Smith with the grab, and he's twisted to the turf after a pickup of nearly 5. Noah Dawkins on the tackle.
Boy,
and Arlington's going to use one of their 2 remaining timeouts.
And this is the benefit of having a quarterback that knows everything. Quarterbacks, they all know what everybody needs to do. You could hear him talking to Devion Smith, his running back, before that play. He said, what do I have? What do I have? He said, you've got the check through. And of course, with that check through, able to hit him underneath.
Yeah, I was about to call. Yep. Good call.
15 yards, we get a field goal too.
Yeah, let him know that. That's what I'm going to call. I'm going to call bounce X. Let's go. Hold on.
You let him know that, Reg?
Hey. We're going to go bench pump. Okay.
Bob Stoops saying 15 yards, we can get a field goal. Did you let him know?
Hey.
Them being the offensive staff of the booth.
We're going triple left. 62. Okay. We're going to go bounce. X, bench, pump. Ready? Bounce. Read it. Flat. Here we go. Sit up. 80. Where's the hunt? Turbo, sit up.
2nd and 5. Perez, pocket collapsing, and he throws incomplete. Boy, he got hit again as he stood in there till the very last second.
Boy, and you know you're going to get that from Luis Perez. I mean, just tough as nails. 2 defenders bearing down on him, but he's just waiting for those receivers to come open. He knows he's going to take the shot, but still delivers the ball.
Here we go. 80, what's the hook?
And there's Speaks up there.
Hey.
Quiet today. 3 sacks a week ago.
Right here. Check through. Here we go. Turbo, sit up.
3rd and 5. Panthers rush 4. Perez off his back foot, and jump ball, and it's caught at the 20-yard line. Javante Payton reaching up and plucking it for a first down at the 20.
Reaching up and a little bit of redemption. Remember, he had that drop earlier, but Luis Perez had the confidence in Javante Payton to go back to him in that situation. Javante Payton pays it off.
Officially at the 19. Pressure again. Perez incomplete. Skipped that one in front of Payton. Threw it before he wanted to with that pressure, and it's 2nd down.
Huddle, come on. Hey, we're going Dixie right, 63, Viper, on turbo, ready? Look for signals. 63, hold on, wait. Viper, come on, read it. Here we go.
Second down and 10 from the 19. In field goal range. One timeout left, looking for more. Perez for the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Canella. A flag is down in the end zone. Is it offensive pass interference?
That's a 10-yard penalty.
No, that's crazy.
Number 80, that was second down. We're going to repeat second down.
No, that's crazy.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 80. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
That's crazy.
Well, we'll take a look at this one, and here's Canella lined up in the slot. Now he does get a little bit of a push. Well, I don't know. Pushes Kendrick Whitehead just enough maybe to get a little bit of space. Had a bit of a phantom hold earlier. But they see that hand extend and him get that extra space. Oh, and here comes a super challenge.
That's crazy.
You can challenge anything.
Pass interference.
So he definitely gets the hand in there.
Control center.
Yeah, so he definitely gets a hand in there. We'll see if it's enough to affect Whitehead.
All right, I'm looking at the left hand. There's no question there's contact. He's got the left hand into the shoulder, the back of the defender. Does he extend it? Is there a separation? Right 25.
He had one timeout.
Let me see that. Go run it back. I mean, there's no separation. It's just a hand on the back. Okay, Stu, we're gonna overturn. There's no OPI. There's no separation. So this will be a touchdown. He wins the challenge. No timeout charge. No, we'll go to the try. Correct.
Thank you.
That right 25.
After video review, there is no foul for offensive pass interference. Result of the play is a touchdown.
The ultimate use of the super challenge nets Arlington 6 points.
Boy, huge right there. And again, it's not that Canella didn't have the hand there, but did it affect Whitehead? And our Dean Blandino determined that it did not. And the points stay on the board for Arlington.
I love hearing those calls and comments from the U.S. Army Command Center with Dean Blandino conversing with the officials. Now they'll go for two. Lindsey Scott being chased, and Scott is sacked. Walter Palmore, all 320 pounds of him catching up to the slippery Lindsey Scott Jr. to drop him.
Boy, it just doesn't make any sense how some guys like that can make plays like this. And you called it, Palmore. Look at that. Like a vending machine that can sprint. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Palmore, 317 pounds, and you're catching a quarterback, Lindsey Scott, that's got some good acceleration.
It's a great catch, too. I put a little behind it. Great catch.
So a 17-10 lead for Arlington. Just an outstanding finish to this game this half rather, as they were down at the end of the first quarter 10-3. They've outscored Michigan 14-0 in the quarter. And the Renegades in search of their first win of the season with a touchdown lead.
Well, you know that you're going to hear it from Arlington. We heard from Arlington, yeah, but we're not panicking. Everything's fine. We know that we've been close in these games, but it's not just something they believed. Michigan certainly believed it as well. Looking at this Arlington team on film, they felt that they had some good players.
McCrary out to the 35 with 22 seconds to play until halftime. Home field advantage, is there one? Well, week 4, home teams went 4-0, and you said, oh, absolutely, look at this home field advantage. But a week ago, every road team won 4-0 on the weekend. And through the midway point in the season, road and home teams are a perfect 20-20 split. So you're looking at no home field advantage unless, of course, you're in St. Louis, which seems to have a significant home field advantage.
Boy, that place is rocking yesterday. It's going to be fun watching that game next week against Birmingham.
Ready, son.
Here on Fox next weekend at Length. On the roll, throws on the run, and the pass incomplete. Coverage from Darren Evans on COC Mariner, and it's 2nd and 10.
Boy, and you really see this Arlington defense flying around. We talked about that earlier today. They've struggled on that side of the ball, but both on the defensive line and in the secondary, guys plastering wide receivers. It's fun to see once guys start to believe the effort that you get out of them.
Yeah, they've really struggled all year against the run, but only 34 rush yards today for Michigan in this first half. Etling back to the air, and he finds an opening for Trey Quinn down at the 49, and Michigan will use quick timeout. They have 3, now down to 2. And don't forget, Jake Bates hit a 64-yarder in this building in week 1.
I want you to watch the anticipation to hit this window right here from Etling. Remember, he was high on the throw to Quinn earlier. Finds him nicely sitting down in that zone right there.
So 10 seconds left in this one. Bates from 64 to win against St. Louis in week 1. We saw him hit from 55 earlier in this game. It was negated by a penalty against Arlington. So time for one more play likely for Michigan before they run out the field goal unit.
You ready for cover 2 here on a tight turn? We got Lex, empty, Lucy, slant, Oscar. On 1, ready?
This would be big points if Michigan can get them, because Arlington, as we mentioned earlier, gets the ball to start the second half.
Set alert cover 2 on this one, and that may be a shot down the middle.
Etling, quick toss, incomplete. Now a decision to make, Robert. You have 7 seconds. That play took 3 seconds. Do you do one more snap here?
Well, I think you can get one up. You've got the timeout, so I think they're going to run another play. You can hit something quick to the outside.
Brave and then go down, okay?
Hey, you ready to go down? Lex, rip, Brave. On 1, ready? Go down.
Ball's at the 49, so you're looking at a lengthy field goal if they get no other yards. They need a few more yards. And a quick handoff. Oh, and Colburn sliding down. You heard everybody saying, get down, and the timeout is called as Colburn popped it and bought enough room for Jake Bates to try. And you hear the crowd roaring for the folk hero that has been Jake Bates this season in Michigan.
Yeah, but I love the communication. That's the way it's supposed to work. Coaches on the sideline talking about the time that's left, quarterback in the huddle, making sure that he communicates to his running back. If you break open on this one, make sure you go down. Give us an opportunity to call the timeout and attempt the field goal.
This would be, by my eyes, 60 yards unofficially. Let's see where they officially will put it down. Right at midfield. A 60-yard try for Jake Bates. Good snap, good hold. Bates's kick is good again. 60 yards. The legend of Jake Bates grows to gargantuan proportions. He hits from 60, and Michigan within 4 at halftime.
Man, that one that hit from 55 earlier looked like it might have gone 10 yards or 10 rows up into the stands if it wasn't for the net. And this one from 60 yards and slams it into the net. A lot more on that one.
Let's go downstairs. Devin Gardner's with Coach Stoops.
Coach, this season you've had some defensive struggles. How much does it help your defense when you have a 6-minute drive in that second quarter?
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. Picking up third downs. Luis is doing well. We're running the ball a little better. And for the most part, we're limiting their run.
It felt like the defense got a little inspired by the way the offense was playing. Talk about what they were capable to do, even though they did give up 3 at the end there.
Yeah, they've been pretty good here today. Really have. Other than the one deep ball, we've really made them work to get their yards, and we got to keep it up.
Get the ball in the second half. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
All right, it's time for today's big move, and it's brought to you by Pods. And that big move came right towards the end of the half when Sal Cannella on the receiving end of the Luis Perez pass. Comes up with the touchdown grab. They overturn it on the Super Challenge. Originally it called offensive pass interference, but the Super Challenge gives them the touchdown, and that's enough for the lead at halftime. 17-13. Arlington by 4. Week 6 of the UFL caps off next with the San Antonio Brahmas taking on the DC Defenders right here on Fox. Then Week 7 gets started on Saturday as Memphis battles Arlington on ESPN, followed by the Showdown. St. Louis, Birmingham, 4 Eastern next Saturday on Fox. Sal Canella's touchdown, the difference in this ball game with the Renegades up 17-13. He put up 2 fingers on each hand, 4 points. That's the spread in this one. Sal knows, start of the 3rd quarter with Robert Smith, Devin Gardner on the field. I'm Kevin Kugler. Good ball game in this first half. Arlington able to get stuff done on the offensive side. They've had leads before. The real key is going to be, can they hold the lead in the second half?
Yeah, it certainly is. And, getting those shots of Luis Perez, it's such a pleasure talking to him this week. And his story, a really interesting one, not having played high school football quarterback at all, kind of learning from YouTube as he was out getting 12, the number on his jersey, 12, 300 score bowling scores, perfect scores. So really interesting what he's been able to do. But in talking to him, spending 6 off seasons with Drew Brees in the past, spending some time with Matthew Stafford, learning how to communicate to your team, especially when they're struggling. And we saw that pay dividends with Javonte Payton. Guy drops the ball, still show the confidence, makes a big play for you later.
To go from a walk-on at Southwestern Community College to winning the Harlan Hill Trophy, and for those unfamiliar with Division II football, the Harlan Hill is the Division II equivalent of the Heisman Trophy. It's for the best player in all of that level of football. It's a remarkable jump for Luis Perez, who in his agent in the offseason, they reached out to NFL teams and said, why am I not sticking on NFL teams? That's his next goal, is to try to get that next step. And it's one of the reasons why playing in the UFL was so important for Luis Perez. The chance to play professional football and a chance to really open some more eyes around the football world as to what he can do at quarterback. From the 5-yard line as Arlington starts with the football. Manigo trying to get to the outside once more, and he's tripped up just shy of the 40-yard line. A shoestring tackle, saving even larger return yardage. And now back to work goes the aforementioned Luis Perez.
Again, of course, on that touchdown in that first half, Day-Day Hunter was injured. It's going to be interesting watching Davion Smith, former teammate of our Devin Gardner at the University of Michigan, how he holds up in the second half, and if they can keep that running game going.
White glance. I'm ready. Yep.
The only active running back is Davion Smith with the injury to Day-Day Hunter. Letty Brown on the roster, but he's inactive today. First down and 10 at the 40-yard line. Here's Smith trying the left side, gets a yard, and it knocked the helmet off Javen White on the tackle. Let's check in with Devin Gardner on the field, an update on that defensive side with an injury for Michigan.
Yeah, this Michigan defense is kind of reeling that second quarter, and it hasn't gotten any better because their star middle linebacker, Frank Ginda, pads are off with an upper body injury. He's done for the game.
Well, that's why we saw Javen White on that tackle. He comes in to replace Frank Ginda. Devin, that's a huge loss for this Michigan defense. Second down, Speaks providing some pressure. Perez short hops that one to the outside, and now 3rd and 8 for Arlington.
Yeah, and because of the pressure in the pocket collapsing, Luis Perez just not able to step completely in that throw. As you mentioned, the partner short hops it. Now they're in a tough 3rd and 8 situation.
Hey, we're gonna come back home. Come back home. Dixie left, 763, wide option, come back home. Also ready? Come on. Yeah. Yep. Good 80. Yep. Right and hard.
4 for 6 on third down today. The best team in the UFL on third continues. Perez with late pressure throws, and the catch made by Canella, but well short of the first down by 5 yards. Outstanding play by this Michigan defense on those 3 plays out of the locker room, and the punt team coming on.
Well, they really came to life along that defensive line. And remember, we've had some shuffling for Arlington with the offensive line, with Bobby Evans being suspended. Michigan winning that battle up front, forcing Luis Perez to get rid of that ball early a couple of times on that drive.
Marquette King to punt it away. Fielded at the 8-yard line. Plowing forward and stopped just shy of the 20 is Devin Gray, and a timeout on the field. Luis Perez taking a big hit on that completion to Sal Canella. Today's game flow brought to you by Progressive. 17-13 Arlington, third quarter, 12:54 remaining from Ford Field, and Danny Etling and the Panthers with their first possession of the second half.
Ready, son.
Etling on the play fake on first down over the middle, and the connection made with his tight end diving to make the grab is the former Eastern Michigan product, Gunnar Oaks.
Yeah, Oaks going to just head straight up the field on this one. Danny Etling, a little bit short with that throw, but able to get it home. And Oaks does a nice job. Big tight end going down to grab that low ball.
At the 39-yard line, a 20-yard pickup on the play.
Ready, son.
And a first down. Colburn trying to find room. None there. Donald Payne, part of the convoy of Renegades, making the stop behind the line.
Reveal, rec, trip, rip, option swap, select. Tell them the wide note, ball's in the middle. Tell them the wide note, ball's in the middle.
Reveal to Rex, trips, rip, option swap, select. On one. Ready? Start with a snap.
So when you say reveal, you're normally either exploding to something or collapsing to something. You're showing one formation at the beginning and then changing to something else, and there you can see Matthew Colburn coming back into the backfield.
And on 2nd and 11, we had movement before the snap. The timing was a little awkward there.
All right,
yeah, I can't tell if
number 72.
Prior to the snap, full start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Well, they called it Chim Okorafor, but I think you could have given it to about 3 other Panthers. Yeah.
Rex empty, Ricky. On one, ready?
So we got that Hank call. So you're going to see a route over the middle of the field. Someone's going to be coming in here.
Ready, son.
Etling to the 46, and the pass is incomplete. A low throw again, trying to connect with Colburn.
Yeah, another one of those low throws, and Colburn just not able to get his hands underneath that one. But I really like what this Arlington defense is showing today.
I'm ready.
Doing a nice job up front. They've been able to slow this run game down for Michigan. But just the way that they're playing tighter to routes, they showed up to play.
Sit up. Ready, son.
16. Just a 4-man rush. Etling throws, connects, and a first down to the 46-yard line. COC Mariner. A strike thrown by Etling, and Mariner receives it for the first.
Yeah, and Jamal Carter's just going to miss this one. Tries to break underneath, but a nice throw right there from Etling. We had seen him pull back just a little bit, get a little bit quick with his mechanics, with some short throws, gets everything on that one. Mariners able to get the first down.
Ready, son.
On first down and 10 after the 22-yard completion. Backside pressure as Etling throws, and it is intercepted with a flag down. Ajane Harris with the pick on the sideline of Danny Etling.
I didn't call grab nobody, coach.
Okay, there's a grab here.
Defensive pass interference.
Yeah.
Got it. Pass interference. Defense. Number 36. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Well, they called it on Colin Schooler, who is over on the sidelines. I'm not sure it was Schooler, but Ajane Harris was in the area.
I think they called the wrong number on that one.
I believe it was on 23, Tenny
Adewusi. As he's coming out of the break, you see him grab the back of the jersey right there. There's your hold. And you mentioned it, Ajane Harris.
Ready, son.
Nice job picking that one up, but all for naught.
There's Wes Hills trying to get to the outside. He's got Etling out front, looking like a blocker. And now more conversation. Every time Wes Hills is in the game, there's some conversation between he and the secondary guys.
Well, that was Adewusi, who just had that holding penalty, even though they blamed it on Colin Schooler.
Here we go.
Did a nice job stringing that one out. He was all fired up, wanted to make that tackle, and then talk a little bit of smack afterwards.
2nd and 6, Michigan driving, looking to take the lead here in the third.
Set it! Ready, son.
And Hills over the left side dives down to the 22-yard line, short of the first down. More conversation from the Slippery Rock product, Wes Hills.
I love it, man. These guys show up to play.
Rex Classy. Lizzie, slant stick switch on one. Ready? Sit high. Ready, son.
Needs the 20 for the first down. 3rd and 3. Quick toss into all kinds of traffic. Incomplete. Flag is down, though, as Cole Hicatini, the intended target, may have been interfered with.
Yeah, and it may be Harris that they're going to get on this one. We'll see. Harris was on the back end of that one, not sure.
I got behind you, Jacques. I'm right here, Jacques. What's up?
Of course, Jamal Carter is not real happy about it, but that could just be because it was
22. Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be on Jamal Carter.
Pass interference. Defense, number 22. Spot foul and an automatic. First down.
Watch Harris here.
Yeah.
They've corrected it again.
Yeah, they're correcting it again. They've had some problems communicating the numbers there, but that was Harris.
Ready, son.
And it was pass interference. First down and 10 for the 17. Hills the carry and nowhere to go. Tomasi Lalile, part of that championship team a year ago with the Arlington Renegades, takes a big hit.
Boy, and he just beats Noah Johnson, the center, on this one so quickly. That first step, that quick lateral movement to get into the gap. You hate to see that one as a running back. That's one where you just got to say, hey, man, you guys won this rep, but you're not going to get the ball. Just got to hang on for dear life.
Ready, son.
2nd and 11. Etling off the fingertips of Devin Gray, and it's 3rd and 11.
Guys, for Arlington, this is where you have to stay disciplined. This drive has been aided by a number of off-defensive penalties. If they can get them off the field here, that'll be a win for Arlington.
And if you're Michigan, protect the points. Don't take any unnecessary chances. You have an opportunity to get within 1. You want 6, but don't give up 3 with a careless throw.
What did you see on the duo? Hank, go. Is outside there? The go, H, Hank, go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Looks like, sounds like a double move.
Gotta hurry. Just got the snap off. Etling under pressure. Down he goes. A sack. Vic Beasley with his 3rd sack of the season.
Beasley's going to be working on a core 4 here on the left-hand side of the line. You see him break to the inside initially. Could have been a holding call, but there was a couple of players that Etling would have had an opportunity to hit on this one. Hicatini, you can see right there, that was that Hank go, but no time for Etling to make the throw.
And now Bates with the field goal try by Plenty. Jake Bates
This may be a penalty on Arlington. Again, they had a penalty on a field goal attempt earlier. Could this be another first down for Michigan?
I got rough.
Oh my.
Hey, get off 15.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker. Defense, number 5, 15-yard penalty, and an automatic first down.
3rd Michigan first down from an Arlington penalty. This is a big one.
Oh, boy. And the Oscar goes to Bates on that one. And Harris comes in there. Got to be careful. Wow. I mean, maybe get Dean in here. Is the rule the same on the plant leg and the leg extended? Because it certainly didn't look like he ran in to the plant leg. Kicker had an opportunity to kick that one cleanly. Just did a nice job of acting.
Got it. Thank you.
Timeout.
Do they want to stay or go to?
You ask Robert Smith, and guess who answers in the U.S. Army Command Center? Dean Blandino. When he hears his name, he knows that it's time to answer a question about officiating. Hello, Dean.
Hey, guys.
All right, so what of Robert Smith's question on that roughing the kicker penalty?
I was hoping it was going to be an easy question about music or something, but I guess we got to talk about it. So first thing is the kicker has to get a clean landing space, which he did. He was able to get both feet down, but then if you slide into the kicker and take him out, and there was force there, and I agree there might have been a little acting, but there was definitely some contact there. The officials had roughing the kicker, and to me, it's not clearly incorrect. You can see the defender has to make an attempt to get off to the front here, and he's going to slide into the legs of the kicker and take him out.
Wow. So Dean, if they had not used that super challenge earlier and you had to look at that one again, you're keeping that one? Does it stay as a 15? Is there a 5-yard option?
No, well, there is. Once the kicker gets his legs down, it's either roughing or nothing. So
Gotcha.
You can't, and that rhymed too. You could use that later, Robert.
Very nice. I like that. I'm stealing that one, by the way.
But yeah, so that was, again, you can't slide in and knock the kicker down in that instance. So we felt that it was the call.
When we start a band together, Dean, it's called Roughing or Nothing.
There you go.
Ready, son?
1st and 10 from the 12-yard line, and Hills gets a yard to the 11-yard line.
Kevin, my only question would be, do I get to be the lead singer of that band?
With those pipes? You better.
Sing. I've heard you sing, and we'll just send your tape to our people, and we'll get right back to you.
Drive, halt, change, under.
I will.
Oh, somewhere a cat is screaming.
Get an under route, probably one of these guys breaking across.
2nd and 9 from the 11. Etling looking, throws back of the end zone, and a little bit too tall for COC Mariner. And now 3rd and 9. Now remember, on the last field goal that was taken off the board by an Arlington penalty, Michigan did not end up getting anything other than the field goal that they kicked again. So this may be another opportunity for Arlington to force Bates back onto the field.
Yeah, you're right. And, you know,
Under return lucky.
got that return.
Toby, 68. Under return. Toby, 68. Ready on the floor. Over here. Liz.
So when you hear return, you're thinking that one of these players is going to come in and move back out.
3rd and 9. Etling dancing away. On the run. Etling flips it incomplete. He had Hills open at the last second and just could not get his body twisted enough to make the throw.
Boy, and credit the Arlington defense for flushing Etling out of the pocket, but you're right, just not able to get enough on that one. Very few players that could make that play. Etling just not able to get that one in accurately.
So now Jake Bates will come on and try again. This is a 29-yard try for Bates.
But you're right. You called it out, partner. I mean, certainly a win for Arlington. 2 penalties on field goals extend drives. Field goal on the first one, field goal attempt here.
And the kick by Bates is true from 29. No flags on the field this time. And a 1-point game. 5 to go in the third with Robert Smith, Devin Gardner, our entire Fox crew. I'm Kevin Kugler.
And that was the fist of Joe Lewis there in downtown Detroit.
Yes, it was one of the many landmarks you can see around the Detroit area.
Man, what a year for Detroit, right? Lions make it back, make a deep run into the playoffs. Obviously, would have liked to make it to the Super Bowl. Then you get the draft. And yes, a national championship for the team up north. Congrats to you and your boys, Devin.
Oh, did Michigan win the national title? Jake Bates, who's made 3 field goals for the first time in his career. The kickoff, and Manigo again. He's had eyes on the 40 on every return. Gets stopped short of the 35 on this return. And the Renegades and their offense back to work in a moment in a 1-point game. 4:27 to play in the third in Detroit. Brought to you by ZOA Energy. Michigan Panthers fans fired up for their team, trying to rally them in the third, down just 17-16.
Yeah, and we talked about it before the last drive. You know, with Day Hunter, the only other running back suited up out with injury. You know, in a situation like this, you may want to run the ball a little bit more. They had struggled with the run this year, but you really don't want to wear your running back down. So you're kind of in a bind. We'll see if they line up a receiver at running back if they do start to feed Davion Smith.
Sit up, lady. Listen, hook. Terrible, sit up.
And on first down, it is Smith. Breaks 1 tackle and a good run out to the 41-yard line. Pickup of 8 for Smith.
Boy, you rarely see him, but you love to see it open up like it does in the middle of this Arlington offensive line on this one. And Davion Smith does what he's supposed to do, makes Noah Dawkins miss at the second level.
And huge concern for Michigan right now. That's Kai Nakua down on the turf. Remember, Frank Ginda is already out for the rest of the game. There he is with the sling on the sidelines, out of uniform. And Nakua is up and hopefully okay. One of the best defenders in the UFL.
Boy, came in the week leading in interceptions in the UFL with 3. Talked about what a talented family it is. You can see his brother there on the side, Samson Nakua.
Across to the flat. Across to the flat. Here you go.
Once again, telling Davion Smith where he's supposed to go. Across to the flat.
Second and 1. Officially 9 on that carry for Smith. Now on the play fake. Finds Smith in the flat. Got the first down. And the ankle tackle by Brooks ends the play. Let's listen in to the Arlington play call.
Double right, Tyson 4. Double right, Tyson 4. Go fast.
Tyson 4, Tyson 4, Tyson 4. You gotta go, you gotta go.
Tyson 4. Punch. Right up the gut.
Perez hit as he throws incomplete. Oh, Breland Speaks was all over Luis Perez. One beat away from his 5th sack of the year.
Boy, and watch the use of hands from Speaks on the edge. And he's just pushing those hands at the left tackle, Henderson. Remember, Henderson moved over from the right side to the left side because of Bobby Evans' 1-game suspension. But you can see why Speaks is just so disruptive.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
He's got great speed and power, but violent hands and knows how to use them.
25, F screen right, Y climb. Once we're ready.
Over, 2 check, over 2 check.
Here we go. Sit up, 180. Wait for the hook. Turtle, sit up.
2nd and 10. Perez will set up the screen for Seth Green. Made a nice one-hand catch. And then the former quarterback at the University of Minnesota who ended his college career at Houston. A couple of hops to get a good gain on 2nd down.
How about Seth Green there, man? Reaching that big old paw out, hurdling a defender. Don't always see that from tight ends. Makes them dangerous.
Hey, here we go. Hey, 6 trio left tight, 51, Viper F choice. Until ready. Look at my signals. I'll go right, all time. Sit up, 180, wait to hook. Here we go. Sit up.
3rd and 3. Here comes pressure from Speaks. The pass is caught, ripped away by Deontay Burnett. Nearly an interception for Corian Ballard, and he just took it away to get the 1st down.
Man, Luis Perez throws this ball too far to the inside, but you called it. Burnett just reaches those big, strong hands back to the inside and snags that thing. Boy, that's so difficult, especially with Ballard with his hands in there.
1st down at the 41. Here comes pressure. Perez hit again, lofting it deep down the sideline, incomplete. He was trying to connect with Javonte Payton, and it's 2nd and 10 for the Renegades.
Man, I think Gibson's smiling there because he probably got a hold of Javonte Payton's other hand. Payton was only able to get that left hand in there to try and make that catch.
Hey, 3
sneaky
right.
Cheshire smile.
Yeah, 3 triple right. 50 shock Aspen. Also ready. You got a slant. 3 sit up, 180. Right to the hook. Turtle, sit up.
2nd and 10. Perez complete at the 35-yard line. Let's listen in to a critical 3rd down call from Chuck.
11. Let's go triple right, 63. Ex-Colorado, ZX. Triple right, 63. Ex-Colorado, ZX.
Hey, triple right, 63. Ex-Colorado, ZX. On top, ready? Check sit. Hey, Burnett. Or, hey, Sal. Here we go. Check sit.
Get his tight end's attention. 3rd and 4. Perez with pressure coming again. The catch made, and the move on the sideline from Tyler Vaughns gets him the 1st down to the 30 in Michigan.
Boy, nice.
Us to the end of quarter number 3.
Nice execution on the route from Tyler Vaughns. Really sells that to the inside. Gets Gibson leaning to the inside. Breaks that back out. Nice delivery from Luis Perez.
Can't have a much tighter one than this one. Through 3 quarters, the Renegades and the Panthers locked up in a good one. 1-point game through 3. Round in this 4th quarter between the Renegades and the Panthers. 17-16. Arlington by 1, and the Renegades on the move with Robert Smith and Devin Gardner. I'm Kevin Kugler. Luis Perez and the Renegades back to work to start this 4th quarter, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Turn, listen up.
Perez juggled and incomplete. He put it right on the hands of Deontay Burnett.
Well, this is when the quarterback needs to be patient with his wide receivers. We saw it in the first half. Peyton had the big drop, and here puts it right on the money for Burnett, who's not able to pull that thing. I mean, look at that ball placement. I think that thing was tipped. Tornado might have gotten a finger on it.
10th play of the drive. Scott in at quarterback on 2nd and 10. Scott will keep. Reverses and is brought down by Javen White. Minimal gain on the play for Scott. Well defended by the Panthers, and it brings up 3rd and long for Arlington.
Yeah, and Chuck Long, the offensive coordinator, said that he was going to get Scott some opportunities to throw the ball, because what Michigan's able to do is just build a wall. They know where Lindsey Scott is going to flush out of the pocket, and they've got a safety there as a spy ready to make the tackle.
Duke, flat. Gotta go! Gotta go! Here we go!
3rd and 9 from the 29.
Oh, yeah. Go.
Oh, movement early from Breland Speaks.
Free fly, we'll take it. Free fly, baby. Shit, boys.
57, 5 yards, got it.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 57. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Boy, our man Speaks just gets a little bit anxious, and you can hear Luis Perez. He's saying, go. He wants to get a free play out of that one. Not able to get that snap off in time.
Dixie left. 62, Z Omaha, F climb. Onto ready? Check out. Hey, Sal! Yep.
And on 3rd and 4, a timeout used by Michigan. So we'll step aside as well with 13:25 to play in a 1-point game. If Arlington can't hang on, they may look back on these and say, if only. A couple of opportunities with Javonte Payton that they couldn't pull in. And then Luis Perez with a strike off the hands of Deontay Burnett, who was chugging towards the end zone. Missed opportunities. Kind of been the story of the season for Arlington in their close losses. Their losses this year by 13, by 3, by 1, by 8, by 10. They've had opportunities seemingly every game, Robert Smith, to get that elusive first win. And here's another one.
If I don't do anything, run the dagger. Everybody good?
Tied in every game. 2 blown fourth quarter leads, 2 losses on game-winning field goals.
Hey, go out. Come back in. Hurry
up.
Go out.
1 here early in the 4th with a 3rd and 4. Down to Michigan 24.
Hey, hey. Turn, listen up.
Pressure coming. Perez hit as he throws. Open is Canella, but that pressure may have thrown off the throw. We do have a flag down, though.
Pass interference, number 13, spot foul.
Bryce Tornado.
Pass interference. Defense, number 13. Spot foul and an automatic. 1st down.
And now Michigan's defense gives Arlington a 1st down with a penalty.
Boy, and that is huge right there. We weren't able to see it. You can see Tornado laying on the ground on that one, trying to get Sal Canella the ball. But I loved what Luis Perez did at the beginning of that play. He just had Davion Smith motion out just a little bit and then bring him right back into the formation just to get a little bit more information from the defense what they were going to have. You know that they're in man. You know you're going to have an opportunity to hit your big tight end.
Here we go.
Luis Perez, just a smart football player.
So put it at the 14 or it's 1st down. Davion Smith, the running back. They'll give it instead on the end around to Javonte Payton. Payton with a full head of steam, and Payton tiptoeing down the sideline for the touchdown.
Hey, come on the quick.
I love this. You're going to see all this blocking action moving this way, and then you're going to see the little flip, and you're going to have that convoy in front. A couple of those linemen get around. Chris Owens over there. Jake Lucina getting around. Peyton redeeming himself once again from the earlier drops and hitting the pylon.
Hey, what's the play?
And now they'll bring in Lindsey Scott Jr. on the conversion try. This for one.
And see if they let him throw this time.
Nope, he'll hand it off to Smith, who's fighting for the goal line, and he's in for one. Just the power of Devion Smith puts one more on the board for the Renegades.
Was that a Michigan man, Devin, scoring that touchdown? The only running back available for the day. Peyton able to bring it in for the touchdown. Smith for the two-point conversion.
An 8-point lead for the Renegades to Devin Gardner.
So often we see coaches go away from their big-time playmakers because of mistakes in the first half. They do not do that for you. How does it feel that they lean on you and continue to give opportunities and you repay them?
You know, it's just about me going out there every day, just having the confidence, you know, just to help my team out, win, do whatever I can, and be the best me I can be every day. So, you know, I really do appreciate, you know, how the coaches have that trust in me and my teammates as well having that trust in me. So, you know, it's just pretty much every day, just make sure I go out there and compete every day and, you know, get them all, my all. So, you know, that's where that trust comes from me just really going out there every day competing. So.
Now, let's talk about that reverse, right? Usually it's an outside track. You ducked underneath. Talk about what you saw and why you kind of changed the track to get in the end zone.
Typically, you know, we done ran that a few times this year, and I'm pretty sure, you know, when they see me coming around, I saw all the defenders just shooting to the outside. They was pretty much just trying to beat me to the edge. So it was an easy setup for, you know, my linemen to just kick them out and me cut up right up under them. So, you know, it was a good job by my teammates, you know, handling their part.
Keep making plays.
Thank you. I really.
Capped off an 11-play, 68-yard drive for Arlington, and now Danny Etling in Michigan looking for an answer. Down 8 with 12:45 to go.
That's fine, that's fine. Who's got the ball? Over here. All right. Sit up.
Motion from Trey Quinn. On first down. Etling checking pressure. Down he goes. Henri St. Amour, his first sack of the year.
Henri St. Amour going to be lined up here on the left-hand side. Going to get all the way around. Look at him use this speed. Engages initially. Etling nowhere to go downfield. So this is a great coverage sack finished off by St. Amour.
Thwarts Michigan's best starting field position of the day. A 7-yard loss. Back to the 32. Etling will step into the pocket, throws left side. It's caught by his running back Hills out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. And now third down for Michigan.
Boy, Etling's, he's got such, oh, I'm sorry. You were going to talk about the way that he stepped up in the pocket, Devin?
Yeah, of course, man. Getting through his progressions, doing a nice job. Even though he has been under duress, to still stay in the pocket, go through your progressions, and kind of minimize the damage that you took on that last play. That's a good job there to set up a manageable third down.
Ready, son?
3rd and 7. Etling fires. He's got Sims. He's got the first down into Arlington territory, and the Michigan Panthers bounce back from the sack.
Yeah, and Sims going to be lined up in the slot, going to work his way all the way across the field. You see the defender, Delonte Hood, just not able to keep up. But accuracy becomes so important right there. Danny Etling able to put the ball on Sims perfectly, allowing him to get the big yards after the catch.
You nailed it, Robert. And that's what we saw early in that first half. And Danny Etling is finding his way back to that ball placement to allow his guys to catch and run like you see here.
And another excellent pitch and catch. Samson Nakua with his second catch of the day and a first down for Michigan.
Boy, hitting every area of the field with the accuracy, too. Making the defenders cover every single inch. And that's Nakua with his second catch of the day. First two of the season.
Listen. Hey, 36! 36!
Sit up!
At the 29 of Arlington, Michigan on the move, down 8. Etling flushed. On the run, flag down behind the play as Etling will duck out of bounds near the 23-yard line.
Yep. Going to call this on Dunlop, maybe, as Etling's escaping the pocket.
Number 77, grabbing him around his head and not allowing him to rush it.
You got, all right, you got holding offense number 77. Okay.
Holding. Offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty, first down.
He doesn't agree. Imagine that. They do have a super challenge, and here he is on the left-hand side. They said they grabbed around St. Amour around the head. He certainly, you get that hand lined up on the back. Yeah, that was the one that I saw. It escaping the pocket. It looked like it might have been a hold on Josh Dunlop as Etling was escaping the pocket. Here they're going to motion Colburn out into empty.
Safe to say not using the super challenge there. This is a designed quarterback draw, and Etling not able to go anywhere. Good job of staying home. LaRon Stokes first to make contact with Etling.
And this is a good job of the Arlington defense, really just understanding the situation. 1st and 20, you understand that you may get some sort of draw action out of empty. Oh. Not quite what we wanted.
They'll empty it out again with Colburn wide left. Second down. Etling throws to the left, and it slips through the hands of Marcus Sims.
Okay, here we go. All right, here we go.
Let's go. Lex empty, Lucy, slant Oscar. Lex empty, Lucy, slant Oscar.
Lex empty, Lucy, slant Oscar. On one, ready?
Third and 20.
Here we go. Sit up. Ready, son.
Etling over the middle, finds Trey Quinn, who's down at the 31-yard line. Certainly within Jake Bates' field goal range here with 8:28 to go. And here he comes.
Yeah, you want to give your receiver a chance. You hit him on that slant, maybe he's going to be able to run for it. If not, you just make it a little bit shorter of a field goal. Don't want to jinx anything for Jake Bates. Certainly has the leg for this one. And Arlington's got to make sure they don't get another penalty, extend another Michigan drive.
49-yard try for Bates. And the kick by Bates is good. 4 for 4 today. This one from 49. And Bates brings Michigan within 5 of the season. The Michigan Panthers with a field goal to close within 5. 7:52 to go in the fourth, and a little UFL drama on your Sunday afternoon on Fox. 5-point lead for the Renegades with 7:52 to play. Luis Perez trying to figure out a way to salt this away and get the Renegades their elusive first win, while the Panthers look to stay in contention for a postseason berth and trying to move to 2 games above 500 with 4 to play.
Hey, Sonic on the return here. Manigo, see if he can break one.
From the 5, Manigo, a crease, Manigo tripped up just shy of the 40-yard line. Kedrick Whitehead with the tackle that saved a much longer return for Juwan Manigo.
Yeah, and they were talking about Manigo in practice again. You know, he had played over in these Mexican leagues. He was like the MVP of the league and, you know, leading in all types of offensive categories. He's got some explosiveness, and when he gets in on an offensive play, they tag it with Sonic because he's getting in there.
Triple right, blaze 3 on ready. Sit up. 80. Nice and hard. Turn, sit up.
On 1st and 10, Smith down to the 42-yard line. If you're joining us late, Devion Smith is the only healthy running back for the Renegades. Day-Day Hunter scored a touchdown, and as he was lifted in the air by Sal Cannella in celebration, he came down awkwardly on his knee and has not returned to this game.
Okay, we're on Pacer 4. On to ready. You got Dart over there, JP. Dart.
And will not return to this game, obviously.
Sit up with 80. Nice and hard. Terrible, sit up.
2nd and 5. Smith again with the spin. Oh, he's planted to the turf. What a hit from Deshaun White.
You have to be careful coming out of those spins. Make sure that you protect that ball, and he's going to spin this thing back.
Hey, let's go lock in, lock in, lock in.
After initial contact, got one low, you got one high.
352, V-snag, Aspen. On top, ready?
So we got that snag combination. Snag is a dangerous combination because it's horizontal and vertical stretch. On the defense, looks like they're going to do it. Over to this side.
3rd and 4. Looking, finds his open receiver,
just a little short.
And just short of the 1st down is Deontay Burnett, and a decision now for Bob Stoops.
No, no! No, measure it, no!
Yeah, Luis Perez not going to be happy about this one. This seems to be,
Let's go.
at the very least, you're going to line up like you're going to run quarterback sneak, do a hard count. See if you can get a free 1st down again.
No, second corner.
18 inches short by the true line measurement.
Good. Here we go. Sit up. 180. Wait.
They do snap it. The handoff to Smith. Smith is not going to get there. The Panthers stand tall. Arlington turned away on 4th and 1.
The defensive line clogged it up, and Kai Nakua knifes in from the outside to make the stop on 4th down. Down by 5. Michigan gonna get the ball when we come back.
24-19, but Michigan's defense with the biggest play of the game, stopping Arlington on 4th and 1, and now the Panthers with their first start in Arlington territory at the 46. Etling on the keep. Etling with room to run. Look at Danny Etling go inside the 10. Etling tripped up inside the 10 near the 6, where it's 1st and goal, Michigan.
Arlington's going to sell out on the defensive left side, inside, which is going to open things up for Etling to hold that ball and get downfield. You see defenders running off in man coverage, and Etling turning on the jet. He's a little bit gassed, maybe getting a little bit of breather, a little oxygen on this one. And Devin, I'll tell you, this is the thing about quarterbacks, man. You get those long runs, you can't just motion over to the sideline, call somebody else in. You got to stay in the ball game.
And on 1st and goal, the handoff, pushing for extra yardage. Colburn chugging inside the 3 and down near the 2.
And Roberts, another thing about us quarterbacks after those long runs, if it's a read option on the next play,
it's an automatic give.
Much of a read, it's more of a give. Yeah. Yep, give.
Yeah,
Don't even put the option tag on it.
You guys are smart. Were you singing Don't Stop Believing on the way out?
Liz Zone. Lex Trigg.
I didn't get into it. I didn't, you know.
That's your thing.
Liz Zone.
Oh.
10 seconds.
Gotta save my
Play clock winding down. They got to get this thing in a hurry. They're going to take a timeout. One of their 2 remaining timeouts.
Hey, you hate to burn it in a situation like that.
I want to go 11 because I don't want to get bare. It's still going to be 0, though.
Okay. Why you want to
So you're going to go with a different personnel. You heard them say they're going to go 11, 1 running back, 1 tight end. Because if you go 2 tights, you get a bare look. You get that 5 or 6 man front. So this may be a run.
Here's what I'm going to do.
It's probably a run because they did not want to get that bare look. So you spread things out, lighten the box a bit, and still get that run look.
12, okay, Gary? We're going to go right.
Robert, you know what would be really good here versus that bare 0 look? The speed option, right? You get a nice soft edge, you attack the edge with one guy, the quarterback, and then the running back is there to get the pitch, get a 2-on-1 opportunity.
Well, you know what I saw in the last play was Samson Nakua coming across like he was going to get a cutoff block in the backside of a run. Well, there you go. It's been decided. Rip duo. So we're going to get duo to the right. We're going to get all types of double teams up front.
Are you ready, son?
Second and goal. Edling hands it. Hills to the end zone. And Hills is down inside the 1. He's flexing, but they're marking him down inside the 1, and it's 3rd and goal.
Well, the key is going to be where that knee comes down. Looks like he gets across the goal line. Take another look at this.
That's in.
Danny Etling saying that's in, is it? Let's see.
The runner was down by contact short of the goal line, is under video review.
There's that right knee. That right knee is still off of the ground there.
Right knee was up, so we're going to go touchdown.
Touchdown.
Going to go for the try.
Thank you. After further
As it
review,
turns out, he had
the
reason
runner's
to
knee
flex.
was not down. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Come on, Kevin. You're always flexing. Always a reason to flex. Now, nice job by Wes Hills, though. I mean, he kept the knee up and kept the shins off the ground, extended those legs just enough to make sure he broke the plane.
And guys, how about Danny Etling? That one bull or 1 or 2 pulls he's had on the day loosens up that defense and it allows Wes Hills to find a way to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and go get in the end zone.
Great point, Devin. Now the 2-point try for Etling and Michigan. Etling throws to the goal. Trey Quinn trying to reach out and get it across the goal line, and he stopped short. The try is no good. Donald Payne with a tackle.
Donald Payne, 34 tackles coming into today. You can see reacting to that route perfectly. Oh! Quinn just not able to extend that ball. You know, that's one, you know, in a conversion or in a 4th down play. Like, if it doesn't matter if you're going to drop it, if you fumble the ball, you have to extend the ball as a ball carrier right there to at least give yourself an opportunity to get it, because you have nothing to lose. 4th down and in 2-point plays, if you're near the goal line, don't worry about it getting knocked out. Just try and extend that thing.
25-24 Michigan. 3:49 to go in the 4th quarter. The key on that drive, the running of Danny Etling, who told us before the game that Ryan Pope had given him a hard time last week about not running and not pulling on a couple of those opportunities that he had in the Panthers' win over Memphis. I would guess Ryan Pope will not be giving him a hard time today.
No, he will not. And Ellie, he's got some wheels, man. Saw that all the way back. He was playing for Purdue and LSU. Some time in the league. Got himself a Super Bowl ring with New England. 2018. Quite a career.
And the kickoff. Manigo from the 10 to the 20. Manigo wrapped up shy of the 30-yard line by Noah Dawkins. Good special teams play for the Michigan Panthers. Their quarterback is with our quarterback on the field.
Yeah, Danny, the broadcast is raving about the wheels. Where did they come from? Did you buy them at halftime? What happened there?
No, it's just, I heard what Joel said last week about being mobile, so obviously I took that personal and, had to go and get something, make a big play.
Take that, Joel!
It's like the Michael Jordan play. Obviously, I took that personally.
Wow.
Joel Klatt saying it.
Good job motivation from Klatt. Now, this is a perfect opportunity. Luis Perez to convert for their winless Renegades.
Pressure up the middle on first down, but he checks it down to Sal Cannella, the tight end, with a good gain on first. Michigan consistently providing heat on Perez, but the veteran quarterback standing in. And there's an injured Panther. It's Walter Palmore, who is slow to get up and limping back towards the Michigan huddle.
Who's in for Walt?
Palmore has been all over the field today, Robert, showing great speed for a 320-pound man.
Boy, he certainly has, and he's the reason that quarterbacks have nightmares the way that they do. I mean, it doesn't make any sense that guys his size have the type of acceleration and just flat-out burst that they do.
Second down and 4. From the 32. Down 1 in the 4th. Draw play. Smith with a blocker. A first down to the 41.
Big first down, and we've been talking about it. Davion Smith, the only running back that's healthy for the Renegades right now, and time really an issue for Michigan because they do only have that one timeout. Of course, you have the 2-minute warning coming out, but a couple of first downs and a field goal from Arlington, they may be able to run this thing out.
And Speaks for the second time today. Offsides into the neutral zone.
Neutral zone infraction, unabated, number 57. Neutral zone infraction, unabated to the quarterback, number 57, defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, we've seen it before from Speaks lined up here. And Luis Perez knows it, right? He's a smart quarterback. You study guys, you see their tendencies, and you know that the hard count can get them, so you use it to your advantage.
On first down, Smith on 1st and 5 gets the first down into Michigan territory, and he's stacked up just shy of the 45-yard line. So a first down for Arlington.
And again, this becomes so important. You're going to have the 2-minute warning. Michigan's going to have the one timeout. One more first down. It'll be a lot closer to a reasonable field goal. Give you an opportunity for a walk-off win.
From the 45, Perez to Cannella. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 25-24. Michigan and Arlington. Renegades trying to get their first win. Michigan trying to improve to 4-2. Finish coming up on Fox. Opportunity to win it for Arlington. 2 minutes to play. 4th quarter in Detroit. 1-point game. And the Renegades on the move as they look for their first win of the UFL season.
Hey, triple left, lays 2. On top, ready? Wait, stay here, wait. Go.
Second down and 2 at the 37 of Michigan.
Bring back in and run it right here. Blaze 2.
Second and 2. Smith going nowhere. They were ready for that one up the middle as Walter Palmore back on the field to make the tackle.
Yeah, and this is a tough situation for Michigan. You know, you got that one timeout, but now under 2 minutes and being 3rd and 1, you get the first down here.
11.
That's not a gimme field goal, but it puts you in a pretty good situation from a time standpoint. Once again, to give Garibay the opportunity for the walk-off kick.
It would be about 55 from here if they don't get another yard. His longest 47 this season. He did it a 62-yarder at Texas Tech in 2021.
Arlington timeout.
And Arlington will take a timeout. They have one remaining.
Hey.
Well, don't forget, we've got San Antonio and D.C. coming up next. Your UFL doubleheader is just getting started. We'll hope for Kurt and Joel and the gang on that game that they have as competitive a game, Robert, as we've had here. 25-24, Michigan by 1.
Boy, man, you know, the games have really just been great, haven't they? I mean, I know that you guys had a nail-biter yesterday, and Devin Gardner, the hardest working man in show business, you know, you guys had a great one in the, you know, a little bit of rain. But, you know, just everything that's been going on this season, and then we got a great one next week with St. Louis and Birmingham. The league is really getting exciting, and you know, with the reduction in the number of teams and the balance in the leagues, you're seeing a lot of close scores late.
I mean, it's a perfect example of the team that we have on the field right now, an 0-5 Arlington team that is a good football team, but they just haven't found a way to win because of the talent that's spread out all across the league.
Yes, sir.
Now 3-3 after the timeout.
352, I'm buzzing this way. Here we go.
They need the 35 for the first. Speaks providing pressure, but Perez unloads to Burnett, who's got the first down and out of bounds at the Michigan 33.
Boy, just perfect. And watch all of this pressure. No panic from Luis Perez. Once again, they get just enough of that picked up for Luis Perez to get that ball on the outside to Deontay Burnett. We've talked about this time and time again. Peyton able to come back from some of the drops. Burnett able to come back from a big drop earlier to convert on a third down there to put Arlington in a great position to grind a little clock, kick the game winner.
On 1st and 10, Smith the carry. Devion Smith, he fumbled the football. The ball is out. It's a fumble by Smith.
Hey, no flag, guys, no flag.
Let's stop the clock. Yeah, let's stop the clock.
They're stopping the clock, and the signal is Michigan football. The Panthers have the ball. Arlington just wanted to run it out and kick the field goal to win it, and instead they cough it up. Michigan recovers.
We have no running back. Hey.
Take a look at this one. Let's keep an eye on that right knee, which looks like it's the closest to get down to the ground. Nope, that ball. Ooh, that's close. It looked like he lost it a little bit, then regained it. Then the knee comes down. Be interested to see the timing on this.
Ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the offense.
Well, they're ruling it's recovered by the Renegades.
Arlington with their third and final timeout, correct, Dean?
That's correct. Initial ruling was a Michigan recovery.
Thank you.
And now what do you do at running back with Day-Day Hunter?
A fumble recovered by the offense. Second down, Arlington. The clock was stopped for an injury timeout for Arlington. By rule, they are charged with their third and final timeout of the half.
Now remember, Arlington has no running back. They are out of run. Day-Day Hunter was hurt early. Now Devion Smith is going into the medical tent. There is no running back left active for Arlington. So the initial signal on the field was Michigan ball, but the officials got together and said recovered by the Renegades. And you'll see it here. Looks like Jake Lucina is underneath there with the football, and then taking it away from Lucina is Deontay Burnett.
Yep, Jake Lucina. I played with his father, Corbin. He was our starting left guard when Randall McDaniel signed with Tampa Bay in 2000. So Corbin's son Johnny on the spot. Jake on the spot, recovering the fumble.
Hey,
Robert had a nice career in the league, as you know, Robert, 11 years in the National Football League.
Triple left, blaze 2 on turbo 2. Don't move. Ready? Hey, don't move. Just don't move. Hey,
So
don't move.
Seth
Don't move.
Green will line up in the backfield.
No, 180. Right to
On 2nd and 9. Arlington out of timeouts. Michigan has 1 remaining. And movement up front early. No flags on the ground as of yet. And the pass incomplete. And it's 3rd down.
Well, a lot of surprises all the way around there. I'm surprised that there wasn't some sort of penalty either for a full start or offsides. I'm surprised that even with a pass on, that Luis Perez would try. How is that not? Well, you have no super challenge left, but it certainly looks like Javen White was across the line on that one. But I'm surprised Luis Perez tried that throw. Dangerous, missing to the inside.
3rd and 9. Smith back in the backfield. Smith the carry. And Smith upended at the 30-yard line. And now Arlington will get that chance for a go-ahead field goal from Jonathan Garibay.
Yeah, but a much different situation here with everything that's gone on. Now Michigan has the timeout. They've got 58 seconds. Even if this field goal is made, you've got a real weapon in Jake Bates. He may start trending again if he gets a chance for a long game winner.
4th and 7, and a field goal try coming up for Arlington as Bates hopes for a chance on his end. Don't forget, coming up next, the DC Defenders and the San Antonio Brahmas. That's straight ahead on Fox. The Brahmas making a nice push for the postseason. DC needs a win today. Brahmas and Defenders coming up on Fox. 59 seconds to go. Nobody's got any timeouts left. When Michigan gets the football back, they will have the opportunity to have the clock stop with 1st downs. That's assuming Arlington makes this field goal from 48 for Garibay. Up, and Arlington has the lead with 54 seconds to go. The Renegades up 2, closing in on their 1st win of the season.
Boy, it's amazing all of the circumstances that combined on this one to give Michigan an opportunity to come back to get their own game winner, or to get a game-winning field goal. You had the fumble, the injury, and running back. Just so many plays. And Devin talked about it earlier. You know, it really speaks volumes about kind of what this league is. You got a Renegades team that entered today, no wins on the season, with an opportunity they can hang on here, even with all the things that have gone wrong for them today, to get their 1st win of the season.
The kickoff from the 20. And remember, Jake Bates, his best this year from 64. He's hit from 60 today. He's got 3 from 60 plus this year. You don't need a ton of yardage, assuming a good return, to put Bates in position again. And the kickoff from the 9, bobbled, picked up. Sims with a crease. Marcus Sims on the run, and they're already close to Bates field goal range. But a flag is down.
I'm almost watching these players back here behind me.
Yeah, but even if it's a flag, it looks like it might be late in the return, so it would be a spot foul. Oh, it's going to be on the kicking team.
Thank you.
Oh, my.
During the return, personal foul, face mask, kicking team, number 28. 15-yard penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And now you're definitely in Jake Bates' field goal range.
Yeah, and it's Jones coming in here. Must reach in with that left hand. Oh, yeah.
There it is, right there.
Yeah, you got a good grip on that. Yep, got a good grip on that thing. And when we talk about them being winless on the season and the number of mistakes that they've made today, they've extended a couple of Michigan drives, and it's been special teams. We've seen 2 penalties on special teams previously on field goal attempts that extended Michigan drives, and they're on the kick return, already in field goal range. Get the face mask.
And now Edling will keep. And Edling will awkwardly go down near the 29. The second game of our UFL doubleheader, the San Antonio Brahmas and the DC Defenders, starting now on FS2 and the Fox Sports app. We'll get you there here on Fox after the conclusion of our Renegades Panthers game. There are no timeouts left, so Michigan cannot call a timeout. They're going to have to clock it. And allow Jake Bates the chance to win the game.
Hurry up. Sit up. Ready, son.
And there's the spike from Edling. 2 seconds to go. And here comes Michigan's folk hero, Jake Bates. He won it in week 1 from 64. A chance to win it here with his 5th field goal of the day. And send Arlington to another crushing defeat from 47 yards. Bates for the Michigan win. And we've got a whistle and a flag down, stopping it. The kick was no good, but
it looked like somebody got a hand on that. Oh, he just pulled it.
The play stopped before he kicked it.
12 players on defense. That's what we have.
Dean said shut it down.
Yeah, that's right. So we got 5-yard penalty, and we're going to replay the down. We're going to 5-yard penalty. All right. 12 players on defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
So Jake Bates gets another chance.
Well, you're going to see
hit after this kick.
Yeah, you're going to see him take the hit, but watch him get up from the ground and the way that he starts back to the huddle. See that right leg get taken out. There was a dead play, so there's no penalty, even though we saw a similar penalty earlier in the game on Harris. So it looks like he's okay. You never know with kickers, man. The mechanics. Is it off just a little bit in his own head after pulling that last one?
From 42 for the win. Bates, he's got it. Michigan wins it. Jake Bates, the hero again in Detroit. Bob Stoops speaking for America. That kicker you've got. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, it was awesome. After the earlier miss on the no play where he pulled the ball, Bates knocks it perfectly in between the pipes for the win, and you can hear the chants of MVP coming from the stands there, Devin.